Now, for a man that once owned a gluten-free restaurant, I'm pretty excited to introduce you to my gluten-free chocolate cupcakes with a little avocado chocolate frosting.
I've never had an avocado chocolate frosting, I have to admit, Jack.
I'm here to help you make friends with it. That's what we're here to do today. But we'll get our cupcakes made first. So I've got some melted butter and coconut sugar in the bowl. I'm going to add some eggs. And whilst I'm getting the cupcakes together, Mike, I'd love for you to start mashing the avocados. We want a nice, smooth mash.
Okay.
Because it's going to become a frosting and no one's going to want chunks in their frosting. So less like a guacamole and more like a beautiful, smooth avocado cream.
Okay.
Yeah, that's the brief.
Okay, that's a good brief.
Yeah, chef. So simple ingredients to kick things off. And the melted butter in this one I find is really beautiful because we've got the bitterness from the chocolate, both in the cacao powder, the chocolate chips, and the chocolate frosting. So the butter is a nice balancing ingredient here, rather than my usual extra virgin olive oil. Nice to mix it up.
I was going to say something when I saw you go in there with butter, but I was like, no, don't poke the bear, just let it go. Maybe she didn't notice.
It wasn't heaps, but never fear because we have an extra liquid and creamy component going into the batter, which is our Greek yoghurt.
Ah, of course you do.
Yes. Cacao is a lovely source of magnesium and antioxidants, so I do try to get it into mine and the kids and the family's daily diet and try to, help people understand chocolate in a different and healthier way.
Whenever I do like a detox, because I like to detox every now and again.
Do you?
Yeah.
I didn't know.
No, absolutely. I try and do one a month. I do like a juice cleanse.
Right.
I always finish my day with like a cacao and almond milk or like a nut milk.
Nice.
So it's a way of giving myself a bit of magnesium in my diet when all you've really had all day is different types of juices.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Whilst gluten-free maybe had a little bit of a trendiness about it,
Yeah, definitely.
a gluten-free diet can be a critical thing for celiacs, those who actually cannot tolerate gluten at all. Makes them sick. So it's lovely to have these sorts of sweet treats where our celiacs or those who are choosing to be gluten-free can enjoy their treats.
Absolutely. I've got one of my closest friends, his dad's celiac.
Yeah.
So I've grown up knowing what a true celiac diet looks like
Yeah.
and how it impacts people, especially when they're going out to eat.
That's
You
right.
know, it's why I've always been very conscious of it, or tried to be very conscious of it anyway when building my menus.
Yeah, it's very thoughtful. So I've got baking powder going in. Again, you want to be looking out if you are making it 100% gluten-free for a gluten-free baking powder because some baking powders do contain gluten, so that's a sort of an important component to consider. It's interesting too where gluten sneaks into menus, where you don't
Yeah.
expect things to. Now I've got a combination of flours here. I've kicked off with coconut flour. I'm going to lighten the load a bit so they're not a really dense cupcake with some tapioca flour. And they're all quite fine flours, so no need for sieving. And then an almond meal. And almond meal, I think, would have to be my go-to gluten-free alternative for a regular flour. It performs in a similar way to a standard all-purpose flour. It's so delicious. It's got a lovely creamy lightness to it. The almonds are quite neutral in flavour, so it really is a wonderful substitute for a gluten-containing flour. And then we'll get these ingredients folded through our wet.
I'm just going to be pureeing for the next 10 minutes.
Yeah.
She told me it had to be super smooth.
Got to make you do something. We're going to add our chocolate chips into our cupcake batter, fold them through, and then get them into the patty pans. Let's fill these up. And they don't need to cook for long either. Almond meal especially, it doesn't love a super high heat or a very long cook. You want to watch out for it. No one likes a dry cupcake. So I'm going to fill all these patty pans up. Whilst they go into the oven, we'll melt the chocolate, get it in with the avocado and make the delicious chocolate avocado frosting to go on the top. They've had a chance to cool. The frosting's ready to go. This is where your true talents will come to life. Not just a pretty face mashing avocado here, but our French-trained chef. I love it.
No pressure.
None, never, ever. And some desiccated coconut on the top. And that's a really easy way to put frosting onto cupcakes without worrying about, you know, icing sugar and butter and all sorts of things. Avocado, nature's butter.
Honestly.
With melted chocolate.
I didn't believe it was going to come up this good.
Yeah.
Like, you could not tell the difference. And the flavour, it's gorgeous, Jack.
The avocado and the chocolate is actually, you know, in nutrition world, we call a mousse. You wouldn't. But nutritionists love doing an avocado chocolate mousse.
But it has got that mousse feel to it, so I can understand why. Probably more of a ganache style mousse, you know, but it's delicious.
Which is why it works well as a frosting. So 6 gorgeous cupcakes.
Look at that.
Not missing out on any of the... Yeah. Very cute, gluten-free, made with whole food ingredients, and I think one for your next little birthday party.